Hello, children. I welcome you to the second and the last session of the chapter Ruling the Rural Areas. Now, as we know that Industrial Revolution in England had great impact on India. Indian farmers were forced to grow tea, coffee, indigo, etc. Now, what is indigo basically? Indigo is a natural dye. It is basically a plant extract which is used for coloring cloths. Now, as the industries in Europe began making cloths, they needed indigo. So, indigo plantation expanded in India. Actually, the Europeans came to India to become indigo planters. The indigo planters, they did not have much money. Those who did not have much money, they took loan from the company or the banks. They came to India so that they could get indigo and they could supply this indigo to the industries in Europe and earn money. Now, what was the system of indigo production? There were two kinds of systems, Ryot and Nij. In the Ryot system, the planters entered into an agreement with the peasants. The planters entered into an agreement where they gave money in advance to the peasants at low rate of interest. They gave them seeds and tools and told the farmers that they had to grow indigo and take care of the crop. So the planters only provided seeds, tools, and they also gave money in advance at low rate of interest, and in return the farmer had to look after the crop. But then the farmer was compelled to grow crop on 25% of land. So what was wrong? What was wrong was that growing of indigo led to soil infertility. Indigo is very harmful for the soil. It exhausts the soil, and they force the farmers to grow indigo on the best soil. And after the indigo harvest, farmers could not use the same soil to grow rice. So this was wrong. Though they gave money in advance, seeds, everything, but then there was no escape from this cycle. The farmers were given advance, they grew indigo, and as soon as it was harvested, again they got the money. Second method was niche cultivation. Under this method, the planters say bought the land. So the planters bought the land themselves, and then the planters hired the peasants, paid them money, and made them to do work on the fields which were owned by the Europeans only. However, this system was not very successful because they found it difficult to acquire large compacts of land. Plus, there was always shortage of farmers because at the same time rice was being cultivated. So, and then of course, buying land is a very expensive process, and then buying all the tools, buying plows, bullocks, maintaining them. So this wasn't very successful, this niche cultivation, but Ryot was, and Ryot caused great soil infertility. Since indigo plantation was not at all good, so it led to Indigo rebellion of 1859 to 1860 was against the indigo planters. The peasants refused to pay rents. They attacked the planters. They attacked the agents of planters. The planters also had agents called gumasthas who were Indians only, who forced the farmers to grow indigo. They attacked the indigo factories. Women also participated. And why did they attack? Because growing of indigo led to soil infertility. And then there were various Bengali educated class. There was Bengali educated class who also participated and helped the helped the peasants who were the victim of indigo plantation, who opposed the indigo plantation. So the Bengali educated class who otherwise did not pay the Bengali educated class otherwise did not pay any attention to the issues of the peasants, but then they also raised their voice against the indigo planters and indigo plantation. Then there were village heads who came together because they understood that it was, very, very harmful for the soil. It deteriorated the soil fertility. Then finally, an indigo commission was set up in Bengal, and it was declared that the farmers, the ryots, should not be forced to grow indigo because it leads to soil infertility. And then the indigo planters shifted to Bihar and started compelling the peasants of Bihar to grow indigo. Then when they started forcing the farmers of Champaran, Bihar to grow indigo, then Mahatma Gandhi came into picture. Mahatma Gandhi started a satyagraha in Champaran, Bihar, and then the planters of Champaran, Bihar were also freed from the system. Exactly what happened in Champaran was that when the peasants of Champaran were being forced to grow indigo, at the same time, Germany was able to develop synthetic indigo. Then the European planters did not need this natural indigo. They knew that the peasants did not want to grow indigo because it deteriorates the soil fertility. So they told the farmers that they would free them from the system of growing indigo if they paid them a lump sum amount. The farmers readily agreed because they wanted to get rid of the system where they had to grow indigo and destroy their piece of land. But then farmers came to know that they were freeing them from the system of growing indigo just because they had found synthetic indigo. They did not need natural indigo. So imagine, they did not need natural indigo. Natural indigo was of no use to them, and so they told the farmers that they would release them from the system because they did not need natural indigo anymore, and for that they wanted the peasants to pay the planters a heavy amount. It is more like you go to a shop and you tell the shopkeeper, I don't want your product, so you give me money. You tell the shopkeeper to give you money because you're not buying from that shop. That was a ridiculous method, and then Mahatma Gandhi came to the rescue and helped the people of Champaran who had paid amount to the European planters just to get rid of the system. They were not aware of the fact that the Britishers had got synthetic indigo. They thought that the Britishers were showing mercy and were freeing them from the system of growing indigo on 25% of their land. So they gave the amount. But then when later the farmers came to know that they had found synthetic indigo, and there was no sympathy towards the farmers. They just didn't need the natural indigo, and so they were feeding them from the system and asking them for money as well. So the farmers wanted money back, and then Mahatma Gandhi helped them to get their money back. So basically, the Britishers took away the money from the farmers, stating that they would be rid of the system of indigo plantation. They would no longer be compelled to grow indigo on 25% of the land. It was not at all out of mercy. It was because Germany had developed synthetic indigo. So it was wrong to take money from the farmers because they were showing no mercy. So the farmers who had already given money unknowingly, that the Britishers were showing no mercy, they wanted their money back. Mahatma Gandhi helped them to get 25% of their money back, just 25%. So this is all about Champaran Satyagraha, and with this I wind up the chapter and request all of you to take very, very good care of yourselves. Read the content of the chapter. Thank you and have a great day ahead.